Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about those pesky second molars. I know sometimes we're like, oh, those are making my case take way longer than it needs to. I'm done except for those second molars. They can be frustrating, right? So it's always a good idea to keep your eye on them before they're even due, and start looking to see if you think there's anything that might be getting in the way of them erupting on their own. So things to keep in mind. And over here, I did kind of a sketch because I didn't have permission to use the x-ray that I had, but I'll kind of explain what this means. Let's start here. This is a little more obvious. Well, ignore the calculus on the distal, but if any of you gets annoyed by calculus. Okay, so obviously we got third molars here. Not super stressed about these. I mean, yes, I think they need to come out, but sometimes, oral surgeons won't take them out just because the roots are so developed and the likelihood that there could be some paresthesia. So the question is, why are these second molars funky? Well, let's just start. Why is this one not coming up all the way? Well, couple common culprits that you have to look at. One, are the third molars in the way? I don't think they are here. Granted, this is a 2-day x-ray and not a 3-day x-ray. You'd need a 3-day CBCT in order to know for sure. But I don't think that's an issue, nor do I think that's an issue up top. So what else could be the issue? Well, could be the contacts. If your contacts are too tight, like it's coming in at a slight angle, I don't think that's going to happen as much here, but just to make sure we mention everything, check with your floss. If it's like a super tight snap, go in there. You can either do the spacer technique, so check out my other content on spacer technique, or you can just get a little IPR strip and zing, get in there and open it up every few weeks, and it should hopefully get around that contact easier. So that's not a bad idea. Check contacts. Also check occlusion. So in this case, I'll betcha right here there is a premature contact point because this has hyper erupted because this was a little tip and it's probably hitting on the distal right here, which is preventing this from coming up. So you either have to intrude this so that this can come up and get around this, or you can take your little burr and go zing, and then this should come up. So, and lastly, another point that a lot of times you guys don't think about is that darn third or fourth root. When there's an extra root, sometimes you can't see it in the x-ray, but sometimes the roots can crisscross, especially if if you don't see like a full, like here, I feel like I can see all the way down. I don't see any roots that are going that way. Here, I don't know for sure. There could be possibly a root. We don't know, right? In 3D, this might be super far away. So again, you'd have to have a CBCT to double check. But in theory, if there was a root from this blocking this, it would not allow you to intrude this. You see what I'm getting at? So that's why you have to kind of know these things. You can't be like, hey, yeah, I can intrude. No, you might not be able to. So in this situation, couldn't upright, we have the same issue where this was causing this to be high, right? So cannot level these out because of this, right? But this can't come down because this root is blocking it from coming down. So just be a good detective. Contacts, roots, think of it in a 3D thing, contacts occlusal and contacts interproximal. And just look for things in a 3D form that might be blocking it. All right, thanks so much.